Hello, everybody. Hope you all had a wonderful Monday. As for me, it was a little slow at work, which is never a good thing, for the time just drags on. But being Monday, it's time for spooky places. And this week we shall visit the CRESCENT Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. The hotel was built on the crest of the West Mountain between 1884 and 1886 and may have gained its first ghost when a workman fell from the roof during the construction. His body landed in the second floor area where the room 218 is now located. I doubt that it's coincidence that this room is considered to be one of the most haunted in the hotel. Hotel itself combined a number of architectural styles to create a unique and sometimes foreboding setting. The Crescent became almost immediately popular and attracted people from all over the South. However, in 1937, Norman Baker leased a hotel for another purpose altogether. These were the darkest days of the hotel, and according to most, the time when the haunting really began at the Crescent Hotel. Deeds committed during this era have unquestionably had a lasting impact on the building and perhaps on the spirits who still linger there. When Baker took over the hotel, he had plans to turn the place into a hospital and health resort. He considered himself something of a medical expert, although he had no training. He was later convicted of practicing medicine without a license in 1936, and all of his medicines were condemned by the American Medical Association. Nevertheless, he purchased the Crescent Hotel and remodeled it, tragically tearing out the distinctive wood handrails and balconies and painting the wonderful woodwork in garnished shades of red, orange, black, and yellow. He decorated his own penthouse in shades of purple. He also added a few other touches to his private room, hanging machine guns on the walls and installing secret escape passages that would save him should his AMA enemies attack. Legends say that when the new remodeling had been done after all these years, the hotel, over the years, dozens of human skeletons have been discovered secreted within the walls. It has also been said that somewhere within the place are jars of preserved body parts that were hidden so as to not scare off prospective buyers. They have still not found those to this day. Some of the same claim that these same stories also claim that Baker was no harmless quack, but a dangerous and terrible man who experimented on both the dead and living. One of his miracle cures was for brain tumors, was to allegedly peel open the patient's scalp and then pour a mixture of spring water and ground watermelon seeds directly into the brain. Dozens of his patients died, and Baker was said to have hidden the bodies for weeks until they could be burned in the incinerator in the middle of the night. Staff members received frequent reports from overnight guests of strange goings-on in the rooms these days. Room 424 has had several visitations, but the most famous haunted spot in the previously mentioned is Room 218. Several guests and employees have encountered strange sounds and sensations in the room. Doors have slammed shut, and some people claim to have been shaken awake at night. One man, a salesman, was asleep in room 218 when one night his shoulder was violently shaken back and forth. He awakened just long enough to hear footsteps hurry across the floor. He saw no one in the room. Who this particular ghost may be is unknown, although some believe it is the spirit of a man who was killed during the hotel's construction. His body was said to have fallen just about where the room is currently located. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be any particular macabre history about this room. A story of A story of the hotel has it that the wife of one of the hotel's past owners stayed in the room. At one point in the middle of the night, she ran screaming from the room, claiming she had seen blood splattered all over the walls. Several staff members ran up to take a look, but found no blood and nothing else out of the ordinary. Could the blood have been collected to the fallen construction worker, or perhaps an operating room from Dr. Baker's days of depravity? Another ghost in the hotel said is that of a distinguished-looking man with a mustache and beard, and who dresses in old-fashioned formal clothing. He seems to favor the lobby of the hotel and a bar that is decorated in the style of Victorian era. People claim that they have talked to the man, say that he never responds, he only sits quietly, then vanishes. In an interview, a staff member recounted one odd experience with the silent ghost. During the summer, we had 2 different auditors work for us because so busy. One of these men left the front desk to get a drink of water in the bar after it was closed. He told me that he saw some guy sitting on a bar stool, staring straight ahead. He didn't say anything and didn't move. Our guy left to get his partner, who was still at the front desk. They came back and spoke to the man. They thought he was drunk. When the man again did not respond, the 2 auditors decided to leave him alone and go back to work. As they looked back over their shoulders on their way out of the bar, though, they saw that the bar stool was empty. The man was nowhere in the room. One of them started searching for the man. The staff member added, he looked around the lobby, which is about 25 to 30 yards across, everywhere in the area. The auditor, who was looking around, went over to the steps. The staircase ascends to the lobby. The fellow from the bar was on the 2nd floor landing looking down at him. He went up. As he got to the 2nd floor, he felt something push him back down again. That's when he got the manager and told him what had happened. It's possible that the era of Baker's hospital may have left the greatest ghostly impression on the place. July 1987, a guest claimed that she saw a nurse pushing a gurney down the hallway in the middle of the night. The nurse reached the wall and then vanished. It was later learned that a number of other people have witnessed the same vision and had seen it reenacted in just the same way. An apparition that is believed to be Baker himself has been spotted around the old rec room near the foot of the stairs going to the 1st floor. Those who have seen him say that he looks lost, first going one way, then another. Could Baker be trapped in the hotel, perhaps paying for his misdeeds that were committed many years ago? Sometime back, an antique switchboard from the days of the hospital was finally removed because of all the problems it caused. A staff member explained in the summer we would get phone calls from the switchboard from the basement rec room. There was no one on the other end because the room was unused and locked. They checked it out and found the phone had been taken off the hook. There was only one way in and out of that place, and the key was kept at the front desk. The same staff member checked out the rec room one night after receiving another of the strange calls. He found the phone on the hook, but he still maintains that he felt another presence in the room with him and just wanted to get out. He locked the door and went back upstairs, but within 5 minutes the switchboard buzzer went off again, indicating that a call was coming from the same room and that he had just left. This time he decided not to go and check it out. Yeah, I can imagine why. To go along with all the stories, accounts, and experiences, the hotel even has a legendary ghost photo from room 202. No one knows who took it or why, but the photo contains a misty figure slouching in the closet of the room. The room was empty except for the photographer at the time. You can read more information and even make a reservation to visit the Crescent Hotel by visiting their website at http://www.crescent-hotel.com//. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the tales of the Crescent Hotel, and wishing you all a spooky night.